Ladies and gentlemen, here we are again. Uh, we made it almost to the end of a really tough year, and it has been one hell of a roller coaster. One of the things, obviously, for the cryptocurrency market and the overall market in general is this FTX scandal. And as usual, the media seems to take every opportunity to sensationalize everything. One of the more recent headlines that really got under my nerves was this one by The Atlantic, nonetheless. The industry's latest meltdown is not like the rest, but the main headline is you can forget about crypto now. Obviously, we live in a day and age where nobody reads the articles. I mean, nobody. If you take everybody that comments on a post, I bet you maybe 1 out of 100 read it. And even the people that open it, they bounce. And even the people that start reading it, they read the first paragraph. So you have a mass of people walking around their knowledge is based completely on the headlines because they look no further than the headline. I don't know why people feel like the sense of entitlement that they have to spew their opinion based on the headline. And I guess, I know I'm ranting, but it's because you read the comments and you realize what level of misinformation people are walking around with. I saw this other article about Facebook with Zuckerberg. Zuckerberg apologizes, said he was wrong, right? Everybody in the comments bashing metaverse and the new Meta Pro, which I like them, they're okay. Just bashing Zuckerberg. I knew it would never work. I know VR is a scam. Nobody's going to use VR. I'm like, did you read the damn article? It had nothing to do with metaverse. Zuckerberg was simply apologizing for having to fire all those people. They're like 10% of the workforce. He said he was wrong about the pandemic, which ended up being longer and, more difficult to overcome than he had foreseen. The metaverse is still 100% on. That's another thing I'm telling you. Like, I just see it all the time, especially Elon Musk, Zuckerberg, Madonna, anything, all of this tech stuff really gets hit constantly with misinformation. And it's the left a lot of times. It's these major, democratic news organizations. I mean, how else are you going to put it? The Atlantic, what do you want to call it? It is funny because crypto, for some reason or another, seems to have become political. And I never know why this would happen. Decentralization, freedom. If anything, you would think this would be something that Democrats would like. But it seems that they hate it. They hate it. Every time I talk to my mother on the phone, of all things, she hates it. She's a real liberal, watches all the news shows. And from the beginning, in the beginning, she didn't really have an opinion about it. She said, it sounds a little scammy. This is back 2016. Didn't really care. But lately, the past few years, she hates it. And she hates it because the shows she watches and the people she listens to tells her this is a big scam, and she hates it. And they take every opportunity to slander crypto, just like with this FTX, which, God forbid, I'm not trying to defend the guy. It's a big scam. I get it. But one centralized exchange has nothing to do with crypto as a whole. That's like saying, I don't know, there's some company fails, it's the fault of the US dollar. Of course it's not, Just because the business uses money doesn't mean that it represents the overall, You know what I get. You get what I'm saying. Come on, quick. This is something that just constantly pisses me off. And it causes a panic. Why do I care? Because the price drops. People sell off, and it just causes a bunch of shit show. And I know, you guys expected me to tell you I'm still buying and to continue buying. And, obviously I am, and I still am. But we're down 60, 70% from an all-time high, or from even just earlier this year. And then we get another 30, 40% drop. It's tough. And the media just loves it. And you know what? Another thing, going back to the comments, people that missed out on buying Bitcoin, say 2016, or at any point really, love talking shit. And so they love the fact, it's a scam, man. I was right. And they love just talking shit. Same thing with the metaverse. People that didn't buy into it, they hear just the headline. Now suddenly they're commenting. They're like, I knew it was never going to work. I'm like, listen, it's going to work. You're on Facebook. You're already in the metaverse, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? You have a digital profile. You video chat. You communicate with other people. You're already in the metaverse. The metaverse isn't just a headset. Ay, capito. Telemedicine, anything you're using the computer, really, with a profile and your information, a version of yourself is online as part of the metaverse. People they don't get that. It's all the old timers using Facebook, talking shit on Facebook about the metaverse. I would never put a thing on my head I'm like, we'll see about that. I'm telling you, it's good. It's not just VR, AR. I love the headsets. I use the PSVR and all that stuff. I definitely think it's the future. You know, sales are going up. I just think it's a matter of reducing the size of the thing, and especially AR is going to be part of our daily lives. Soon you won't have TVs. I think everything will just be AR. That's my opinion. Eventually, it's going to happen. Maybe not 10 years, maybe not 20 years, but eventually it's going to be here. And anybody that resists it is just resisting the future. And I think it's a lot of hate against these billionaires, these people, not realizing that in the end, they're just people just like anybody else. They're doing their best. They're taking advantage of tax laws that are there. Nobody is so nefarious. Anyway, I could rant about this stuff all day. I'm still buying. I'm buying my usual stuff. I like Atom. I like Polygon. I still buy an Avalanche. I'm still on Solana train. I still buying the dip on the huge dip on Solana after this FTX thing. Hell, I'm still buying, well, I'm not buying, but I still hold a lot of the old Luna and Luna 2, the different versions. I have some and I'm holding it. It actually hasn't done horrible. But yeah, the ones that I have on buy weeklies, is that Avalanche, Solana, crypto.com, which is CRO, and Polygon and Atom. And so it's 5. And those are the 5 I buy every week, and I just keep on trucking. Stocks, like I said, I was in tech big time. I transferred over to VLO, and I told you guys at the beginning of the year, got into VLO and in February, which is a big move. Normally, I would never do that. I stick and just keep buying on the dip. But I thought the dip was just dipping a little too much for my taste. So I get into VLO. I'm actually up like 50, 60% on VLO because it's done very well. And I'm just trying to find the moment to get back into tech. And that is a really big conundrum, so to speak, because you never know. Recently we've had a run up after the midterms, and it's shopping season, so a lot of tech has done very well. Today it's dipping. I'm not ready yet. Like you said, recession could happen beginning of next year. After the holidays could hit. I don't know, but I would rather be in a really large cap, stable company, something maybe energy sector, or you move into, like VLO, Exxon, Coca-Cola, anything, AT&T for the love of Christ, something with dividend paying, just try to weather the storm. And when you see tech trending up again, then I'll jump back in. I think I sold like Shopify, and I didn't know they did the stock split. So 500 is now 50, 400 is 40. I sold around 590 something. So it'd be like $59 per share. And I think right now it's at 39, touched 40. So I'm still way off. I still did a good thing to sell at the time that I did, but we'll see what the future holds. Anyway, I'm going to try to do more videos, but I say that every time and then I don't end up doing it. I got a 1-year-old at home who's 60 months old or whatever now. But so I'm busy. It's tough to find the time, but that's why I set myself up by, trying to get a little studio going again so that I can try to find the spark again to do it, but it's really tough. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a good holiday season. I hope your investments are doing good, Kaspita. And that's it. And I'll talk to you guys in a few days. Take it easy. And as always, buy red and sell green.